Hello and welcome, I am Chris and this is the hair tutorial channel, and this week I'm going to be talking about ASP high lifts. I'm going to give you the tips and tricks that are going to help you get cleaner, lighter, brighter blondes. So if you're new to the channel, why don't you like, subscribe and hit the notification button for more videos like this, and if you're coming back, it's lovely to see you. So let's just do it. So the high lifts are a series of tint that are able to lift up to 5 levels. You can use them on scalp or off scalp, and you're primarily going to be using them with your 9 and 12% to achieve the maximum levels of lift. They're a 55-minute to an hour processing time, and they are a 1:2 mixing ratio. So within the range you have 5 to choose from, and the first two I'm going to look at is your 12.0 and your 12.23, because these are the simplest to explain. Your 12.0 is a neutral colour, so if you put this on a dark base and lift it, you're going to get a neutral result. If you put it on a light base, it's going to lift it and you're going to get a neutral result. And the same with the beige. On a dark base you're going to get a dark beige, and on a lighter base you're going to achieve a lighter beige. So they're the perfect colours to accompany another colour, because we know most of the time that clients want multi-tonal blondes. So where the confusion tends to come is in the 12.1, the 12.2 and the 12.771. So are you using the right colour for the right base? See, a lot of the time I go into salons and stylists and clients love the swatch that comes with the 12.1, but in the ASP range the 0.1 is a green tone, therefore it neutralises our unwanted red. Now we primarily find red in bases of 6 and below. Now this massively depends on your client base and the area that you work in, but the majority of my clients may be a 6, but not very many are darker. So if I use the 12.1 on somebody of a 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10, there's nothing for the green to neutralise, and I get a very wishy-washy khaki colour, and I certainly don't get what I see on the swatch. So the area that I live in, the hair that I deal with, or if I want to neutralise out gold and copper, this is where I'm going to be using my 12.2. So the 12.2 is great for bases 6 and above, and this is going to give me the clean colour that a lot of people want. And your 12.771 sits in the middle. It's blue-green. So really, again, the ideal bases, and this is generalising for any of this, is from bases 5 to 8. It is very strong, so if you are using it on a base 8, I would suggest that you try a test first. So now you've got the right tone for the base that you're working on. Let's have a look at how we can make these stronger, because a lot of the issue with the high lifts is getting them nice and clean and getting the lift you require. So this is where your 12.0S can come in. Your 12.0S can be used a quarter into any of your high lifts to give you an extra level of lift, which is fantastic because it can bring the level of lift up to 6 levels. Again, a lot of people add more than a quarter thinking they're going to get more lift, and this is simply not true. You're not going to achieve any more lift, but you may affect the final result. Remember that high lifts are primarily lift with a little bit of tone. If you add even more boost into them, creating more lift, you're going to get less tone. So in some instances, adding this, you won't get a cleaner, brighter result. You could in fact have the opposite effect. I would only use the 12.0S if I need that extra level of lift. So if you're having problems achieving a clean blonde, even if you are picking the right colour for the base, then here are some tips for that. The first one is you can use the intensives. Now if you've never used the intensives, they are fantastic and very economical. Literally adding 1 or 2 grams of the violet, the blue or the green pigment into your colour is going to make a massive difference, because you're adding more tone. Therefore you will get a cleaner tone and a brighter colour. Your next option is to actually drop the level of developer you're using. Now, let's say you're on a base 7 and you're using 12% and you're putting the booster in it as well to try and get this super clean colour. Well, how about coming down to 9% and adding the booster? And this way you're still getting your 5 levels of lift, but you'll get a greater tonal deposit within the colour, therefore achieving a brighter looking blonde. If you combine that with adding in some of the intensives into it as well, the results are going to take it up to another level. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification button, and I'll see you next time.